Welcome to Freeze Baby's Fiber Frolic. I'm Cindy. I'm coming to you from Central Florida. Let me go to my. I got my little. I used to use these all the time. These are my different new notes. Freeze Baby's Fiber Frolic on YouTube. That's here. And I'm Cindy Lou Who for you on Ravelry. And Freeze Baby on Instagram. We do have a group on Ravelry called Freeze Baby's Fiber Frolic Podcast. Right now, we're just finishing up a make-along for Game of Thrones. I did find something to make presents for the winter. I usually try to make something out of fabric. And of course, I've got a million things sitting here on the floor. Hello, welcome. Hi, April. How are you? I was just kind of going over a few things. Oh, if you're asking me, my question for the day is, where's Fozzie? I have my Fozzie hat. Thank you. I got it at Disney. This is my, instead of Mickey Mouse, I like my Fozzie Bear. The reason why I'm asking about where's Fozzie is because I'm still unpacking, and somewhere in my stuff, I have a Fozzie Bear stuffed animal that is ancient. I also have some other characters. So I need to find them. Hello, Roseanne. How are you? So I was just also saying on our Ravelry page, we're finishing up the month, and I'm doing the Game of Thrones make along. So you still have until the 30th. Yeah, I've got a few boxes still out on the porch I haven't unpacked, so I'll find them. I just was missing them. I've got everybody else out, including my Papa Smurf. But I did find, I was planning on making something for the winter of the make along, so I did find some Game of Thrones fabric, so I will make something out of it. Yay, I'm so glad when I saw you were home today, Teresa. That is awesome news. I just saying I got some Game of Thrones fabric, so after I get caught up on some of my other stuff, I will go ahead and make a bag. I'm so glad people are home. Hi, Susie. How are you? Well, it's been very hot here. We haven't had much rain in the last few days, so the humidity is it's still steamy, but it's not quite as bad. But it got up to like 97 today, and it's like 105, 105. Feels like, oh, I'm just coming to you from a different side of my studio office, whatever you want to call it. This is my cubby that I have mostly right now. I've got my sewing different sewing things in it, and that's my action figures. I'm a geek, so I've got Miss Doctor Strange from Marvel. I've got Crazy Cat Lady. I got Grandpa from the Munsters. I have, I guess, Bernie Sanders. And I've got my favorite Packer. And then, Aaron Rodgers. And then I have some assorted other ones from Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. And so I like, and of course, my Hello Kitty. And then I got my buttons and notions in here. And then, so I just thought I would do a little bit of a different side of instead of having to look at my walls. So hello, Holly. It's good to see you. Welcome. I think I will eventually take you around my office. It's not very big. It's probably 12 by 12, but I'm getting close to being all unpacked. I am glad. Good place to be, Teresa. Home with your nice recliner and your own projects, and you don't have to worry about people bringing you stuff. I'm so glad. What else is going on with you guys? I've been I stayed in today. I spent most of the day in my pajamas. I do have wet hair because I just got out of the shower. That's why I was a little bit late getting started. I was feeling kind of yucky, so I decided I would take a shower. I've been working on some Tunisian crochet. I was digging, with the unpacking, I've been finding a lot of old stuff, and I thought I would share some of the finds I've got. Um, I got this from, I can't remember, I guess I got this from my mother-in-law's family. Um, I use it for a scarf on top of my bureau in the dining room. Usually I have some pottery or something on it. It's very pretty. Um, and I always have that out. I just washed it and let it to dry. And speaking of Tunisian, hi Joanne, it's good to see you. Thank you. Hello, Ms. Nightingale. How are you? Yeah, I also, I have this thing to buying things at the thrift stores, and several years ago, I went and got I found this there. It's kind of itchy, so I'm assuming it's made with wool. Um, but it's actually Tunisian crochet, and then they use the cross stitches to put in the design, and then they use like I believe they used a single crochet around the edges. So I thought that was kind of cool. I washed it. It still itches, but I'm gonna put it. I'm just gonna keep it out on the porch. Bisu likes to sleep on it, so I thought, why not? So it's good to see everybody here. Vic, I need to check out your. Oh, you're shut down from work. That's good. Hey, Danny, good to see ya. It's very nice to see everybody on here. I was just showing some of my old stuff that I've gotten over the years. This is a Tunisian crochet blanket, and it's out of wool because it itches. Either that or some really really old scratchy yarn from like the old um, acrylics they used to have. So I'm glad to see everybody, and yeah, people hunker down in the wintertime up north. Well, here we hunker down in the summertime in the air conditioning and the heat. Um, I don't have air conditioning in either of our cars right now. So, but you have the windows down, and as long as it's not raining, it's not so bad. Let's see. So I was sorry, turning your back. I'm getting some books out. So I've been going through all my old magazines, and now this one isn't really old. It's from '81. But the reason why I pulled this out because that blanket on there on the cover kind of reminds me the style of the one I just showed you. But this is all double crochet. But it's got a lot of a variety of. It's got some traditional granny squares, but it uses a lot of the Tunisian. Now I grew up calling it the Afghan stitch. This is the one I made a million years ago. I wish I could find it. It's all in Tunisian crochet, and it's got some bobbles on it too. Not just you can use the bobbles with Tunisian too. Um, Here's another Tunisian using the cross stitch on it. So I thought that was it's kind of cool looking at it, and I hadn't done it in so many years, but it came right back to me. See, here's another Tunisian. One color. I don't know if you can tell it's got the bobbles again. Anyhow, and it's got a few other traditional Afghans in it. So I thought that was cool. And then my oldest magazine or book that I inherited from my mom, and I believe this, if I'm not mistaken, this one was put out by Coates and Clark, and probably in the 50s. This one here. I don't even have a cover on it, but I remember when I was a little girl and my mom using this for her classes. So, but it's called I Made It Myself. But it's interesting. It's got a lot of the traditional. It's got the instructions on how to crochet. And then it also goes in, it's got some really cute patterns for like purses. But it's also got filet crochet. And I think that when you filet crochet an edging on a napkin or something. But it's interesting. I was trying to find, this is what I thought was interesting. You guys remember that, some of you that are of my contemporaries, remember when Hirschner's, they probably still do, you could buy patterns on there for bedspreads, and it would be out all of the crochet cotton, all one color, and you would sew these blocks or crochet the blocks, and you would sew them together. So I remember those. I guess they still do have them, but it uses popcorn and cluster. And here's an Afghan stitch where you embroider the flowers on the block. Isn't that pretty? I wish it was in color. Yeah, and there's a place on Etsy that you can buy vintage patterns from. I bought a couple of them. But then it also has knitting patterns. This is why I thought it was either from the 50s or the 40s. I'm saying it's the 50s because it's got the bobby socks and stuff. Isn't that just crazy? I would never fit into any of these sweaters in here. There's just no way. I should see how their sock patterns compare to the contemporary ones, because I do my socks with circular needles. So I was getting a kick out of that. And then I had a bunch of other books. Hi, Ruthie. I was just going over. I do too. I love Fozzie. I was just going over some of my vintage magazines. I used to collect Women's Day Super Special Granny Squares. They usually came out quarterly. I always got the Christmas one, and I always got the Afghan one. And this is the Granny Square one. This one's dated 1984. This one's dated 1987. And this one is 89. So I'm enjoying these. And then this is from 1991. And then I found one that my mom had made and typed out. So we used to have a typewriter. We spent a lot of time typing that stuff out. And then I've got some copies of Leisure Arts. And some of these are, I don't know how old they were, but their numbers are early on. So this one's another, this one's got more Afghan stitches in it. Here's some on the front and there's some on the back. I love the one with the hexagons on it. And then this is another Tunisian crochet one. Oh. And look at this Granny Square one on the back. Isn't that pretty? And then I've made several of these. I made the Fisherman's one. That's in the front. I actually made it a king-size bedspread. Of course, I left it in Minnesota. And then I actually have this one on the back with the V-stitch in it, or the cross stitch there. I've actually got that one on my living room couch. And Susie's got one as well that I made her a million years. I think I made hers in mauve. And then I found some, a bunch of them. Somewhere I had the baby patterns too. So I was getting a big kick out of that, looking at old vintage patterns. And isn't it funny when you consider vintage from the 80s? I was just newly married back then, fresh out of high school. I got married in 86, so I had fun. I didn't even know Susie then. Susie and I met in 91, so that's cool. What else am I doing? Well, like I said, I've been working on Tunisian crochet. Um, and I might actually do some videos, tutorials on this. Um, the pattern I'm doing, if I can find the darn thing. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I finally got rid of my typewriter. This pattern is called the, let me find the right side. Okay, it's the Tunisian color block throw, and it's from Red Heart Yarns. I'm doing it in shades of, pink and purple. And what you do is the center block is in the Tunisian crochet in what's called the honeycomb stitch. And basically, it alternates the regular stitch with the purl stitch that they use. It actually goes this way. You can see that. I don't know if it might be a little bit fuzzy on this. So that's what I'm doing. I've got a bunch of different colors. And then I started sewing. I got one finished block so far. I was talking to some of the girls this morning on chat, and I was originally going to do more. But instead of having to go and buy some more yarn, because the pattern calls for 7 of each color, and I have all the colors, but I was going to increase it to 10 or 11 squares. Well, I was running out of yarn to do the outside borders in the same color as the center. So what I did is I'm pulling apart some of the blocks, and I'll use them for the part of the outside. See, it's got the center block, and then you do a V-stitch border, and then you do another single stitch border in between, and then another V-stitch border, and then I'll single crochet them up together. Now I've got 2 colors of gray too, a light and a dark. So I thought what I would do is I would, do the borders in the light gray, and then maybe stitch the outside borders in the dark gray, and then I'm gonna single crochet them together or slip stitch them together. So I'll probably do that in the light color. So I might alternate the light and dark for the outside border. So I think it'll be pretty. It's going to be for my boyfriend's sister up in South Carolina. So I have a bunch of different colors of the gray, purples. These are not true to color. These look more of a gray, but these are actually like a eggplant color and a medium purple. Then I have another color purple. This is more of a maroon. And then I've got another color of pink in here, which is like a medium pink, which I don't know where it is right now. I've got stuff spread out all over the floor in here. So, yeah, I love the colors too. Oh, and then I have, this is more of a mauve. So I have a light pink and a medium pink, and then the different colors of purple, and then 2 colors of gray. So I thought that would be pretty. And that's the main project I'm working on now. Because I've still been doing my unpacking, but I think I've finally found my sewing stuff, including my pins and other accoutrements. So I'm going to start sewing tomorrow. I just have one more box of yarn to unpack, and then all my UFOs. And I think I'm going to keep some of my stuff in the on the porch in tote boxes, because it's like, the porch is protected. It's got, it's all season, so I might as well. So I've been really rambling on. Can't you tell I've had a couple cups of coffee this afternoon? I'm sorry. But yeah, it's going to be pretty Ruthie, and I'm going to I might just work on some little tutorials. There are some great ones out there, but I thought, we'll see. I've been wanting to try. Yeah, I love coffee. I'm definitely a coffee drinker. Oh, I like tea too. But I have some, it's Starbucks coffee my friend sent me, and I believe it's the blonde roast, so it's not really bad. So I've been drinking that. And I do have decaf too, so I wish Christy was here. I collect horror stuff, and I have that's my Nosferatu corner right there. I have a signed print, and then I got a painting that I had gotten from, it was an abandoned art. Actually, I can go around in a circle because I have my computer on a little stool. So there's my usual corner where I sit in front of. I have an antique desk that was. It's my boyfriend's father's. Now you're gonna get blinded by light because my main corner over here is where my lights are. But there's some of my stuffed animals. They're missing Fozzie. There's my sewing machine, and then that's the closets. Sorry if I'm making anybody dizzy. I love Yoda. Call him Rabbi Yoda. He's got a yarmulke on his back that I made my stepson for his. You guys don't want to look at Nosferatu. He's kind of spooky. That I got from. These are Funko Pops. I've got Eddie Munster here. Then I have Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers. This is Amy Winehouse. Then I have two versions of Bob Ross, and then I have the Pride and Prejudice and zombie ones, and then I have Jane Austen over there. I know I have some very weird tastes in stuff. I guess I'm eclectic, but I love the Munsters. Oh yeah, I love Bob Ross. I want to get more. There's a bunch of them, and he was a great guy. Yeah, what I liked about the Munsters is they always had real. I have Bob Ross, one with the raccoon and run. I don't remember what the other one, but I want to get the one that is Deadpool as Bob Ross. What I liked about the Munsters is they always taught a good lesson. It really was a family show. I liked the Addams Family too, but they were definitely strange. Really didn't learn anything from them other than they were strange. Yeah, none of my Tunisian hooks have the cord either. Mine are very old. My longest one is let's see. I've got two lengths. Most of them are the really long ones. I think these are 14-inch. Yeah, these are 14-inch. But I do have some shorter ones. I have like a 9-inch one that I'm using for the blocks. Yeah, I haven't, I just started doing Tunisian again. So if I decided I want to do more, I might get the longer ones. But for me, these are perfect. So I followed all my straights and put them in I have a bunch of them, and I put all my straights in the flower pot. Well, it was nice seeing you, April. I will see you again too. Love you too. You know what? You can't keep it from curling. That's one of the bad things about Tunisian crochet. Unless you do, now if you're doing the honeycomb stitch does not curl, but traditional Tunisian crochet does curl, and really you can block the things, and by putting on the edging on with the regular crochet, that'll take care of some of the curling. But yeah, hi Wendy. But yeah, it normally does curl, but look at the honeycomb doesn't, because it alternates with the what they call the pearl stitch and the regular stitch, and it's funny because the back still looks like knitting. But yeah, it does curl, and that's just traditionally what it does. And they suggest that if you can try going up a larger size than what they you can try going up a larger size needle. And actually, I I didn't. I actually went down a size because I have a tendency to crochet loose, but I did go down a size on the edging with the regular crochet because I figured it would pucker. Because first time I did it, it did kind of pucker, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I dropped down two needle sizes. So yeah, so this is great. I will try to remember to put a link to the pattern on the bottom of this because I know I haven't found Fozzie yet. He's still buried in one of my bags, or boxes. So I will find him this week. He's probably in with my UFOs or some of my other stuff that I packed. One of the first things I packed because I was just shoving everything in everywhere to get things. Fozzie is Fozzie Bear from this guy from the Muppets. Ugh, my hair is awful. Sorry, but I have one that's thank you, Ruthie. I love it. It's a lot more organized than my last one was. So probably because as I unpack it, I've been organizing it. I had a friend come and help me because I was getting a little overwhelmed, and she helped me unpack all my fabric and organize it. So it's really, yeah. This is my Kia cabinet. When I sold my house about 10 years ago, I bought it, and the last two places I lived in, it was actually in the living room. And what I did is I kept the top cabinets free, and then the bottom cabinets have got baskets in it. But the rest of them I alternate the drawers with the cabinets. And see, I got fabric stashed in here, and then some of them. And see, we even organized by holidays. So I've got holidays separated. This is Hanukkah and Halloween. And then I have a separate thing that's got all my zippers in it. I have two different sizes zippers that I use for my bags. And then I've got my pin collection. I wonder if I can show you that. I collect pins and buttons from different places. Plus, I also collect buttons. These I use for my chemo caps. I got flowers, and I have some bees. I use the bees when I make tea cozies. Yeah, I've got my cat buttons. And yeah, cat and mouse. So those are my regular sewing buttons. And then I also collect different kinds of enamel pins, which are in one of these drawers. I also have stitch markers somewhere buried, but oh yeah. Oh my goodness. These are I love buttons. And then I have all kinds of zombie Hello Kitty buttons. Crazy. I really should stick them on my I still haven't found my zombie kitty either. I have a stuffed zombie kitty. Anyhow, but I've got lots of buttons. One of my friends, I buy buttons from her and I stick them in gifts. So I like this one. If you're a geek and you know the elements of chemistry, the element to happiness is yarn. Yeah, I love the Hello Kitties that are zombies. So I even have Pokemon buttons in here. I used to be in a Pokemon. Well, it used to be in a Pokemon league back when Gabriel was like 9. And this one is full of this is mostly stitch markers and odds and ends. Oh my god, I got a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna sit here and go through them all with you, but I have a lot, and I am when I do my and usually when I do my gifts for the knit-alongs or crochet-alongs, I'll attach stitch markers to them. So I even have a cauldron Halloween. There's a girl on Etsy that makes these. It's a little witch's cauldron. Oh, wait. Isn't that cute? So anyhow, and I've got my cat heads. I know Ruthie would appreciate these. Different cats. So I could go on and on about these all day. But it's fun. I let Cy have a couple of drawers in here. He keeps some of his work stuff in here, so when he's getting ready for work at night, he can just grab them, put them on his tool belt, and shuffle off to Buffalo. He should be going back to work in the beginning of July, so that'll be good. So what are you guys all working on? Yeah. Oh, my hair looks awful. I don't know. Isn't it funny? I love watching people do their stash, and I also like watching them see what they bought at. Oh, Pam, you're making your first poncho? Awesome. I love amigurumi. I need to do one. I've got the stuff to make my Oh, good, Wendy. I love doing washcloths, and there's a lot of good free ones out there. Susie, you finished the strongman? Oh, and your all cozy and bag. I want to see pictures. Post them on your Facebook page or on your Ravelry. I've been really remiss in not posting things on my Ravelry. I need to catch up. I belong to several groups that are really good on there, and yeah, I like doing washcloths a lot. 9 times out of 10, I still do grandmother's favorite washcloth pattern. So yeah, okay, I'll check your Ravelry. Like I said, I got to catch up on some of my pictures. I also have to get on and post my last shawl because I finally finished. Okay, Pam, it was nice to meet you. And if you want to come back after the comments are up, if you have your own Facebook or if you girls have your own YouTube, will you post it on the comments so we can check them out? I'll try and get the links to this. I've been really bad about doing anything since I've been moving stuff, but I will try to. And it was nice to see you, Pam. Oh, that's nice about the blanket and your tablecloth. I'd like to see that. Um, I'm still working on. I want to pull out my sweater that I want to finish. It's my first cardigan I've worked on in a long time, and I think I'm gonna get. Yeah, I know. I'm finally. I've been busy with moving, and but I'm gonna try and get this sweater done and send it to my sister because I don't think it's gonna fit me. But she's done so much for me lately. I'd rather send it to her anyways. But I'm really happy in this house. It's the big dining room is still a mess with all the stuff, but Sai's been changing out all the what do you call it, fluorescent lights. They have the old-fashioned fluorescent lights that have probably been here since the house was built in '79. So he's retrofitted all of them with LEDs. So he's been having fun with that, and it's been so hot. I got some plants I want to put in the ground, and I'm worried they're going to wilt on me. So I might have to run down and water them a little bit tonight because I don't think I'm going to get them planted. So, but I've got lavender and I've got a butterfly bush I want to put in. Oh, cool. I'll have to check them out. Vic, have you, are you on any of the groups on Facebook? I'm Cindy Spurgeon on Facebook, and I'm in most of the groups like SETA's and some of the other ones for other people's groups. And Kim's, oh, the plumeria is very happy here. I haven't, I got to, I have to replant it into the ground, and I finally got the okay. I called 811 to make sure that I wouldn't be digging into anything that like a power line or anything. So I'll get that planted. But it's beautiful. It loves it here. It's getting a lot of sun, and it's blooming really nice. And so I'll get all that stuff planted, and I got some weeds we got to spray. Sai's going to do that. I don't want to be wandering around the yard trying to kill weeds. Knowing my luck, I'll step in a soft spot or so. So yeah, I will. I will now that I'm getting settled and I know where my tripod is. I'll go around and do a video, but I'm gonna get some a squirrel feeder and some bird feeders because I've got a lot of birds here, and they've been having problems with coyotes and raccoons, of course, and then we have foxes and armadillos. So and other wild things. I worry about the cats with the coyotes because I know the coyotes like to carry them off. So hopefully they're okay. We do have some feral cats here, and I'm dying to go use the hot tub now that they got it fixed. I don't want to go out there now. It's like 90 something out still, and it's too hot. But I'm looking forward to that. 4th of July. Oh, okay. Victoria Fly. Cool. I'll catch ya. Very good. Yeah, I'm Classy Kim has got a good group, and so does CJ Carla, CJ Crochet, and of course Seta and Melissa Kreider, um, and I'm on all the other knit and chat and all the crochet groups. So, although I do more crochet now than knitting, but I go in spurts. I do a lot of some more sewing now than I did too, and oh, good. Yeah, I love Cindy Hart's crochet. She's a hoot. I found one of my old quilts that I still have to finish. I've got the top done. Susie took the class too. Um, the place I was going to have do the quilting on it is closing up shop, so I'm sad. There's not a lot of quilt shops around here, and when they close up, I get very depressed. But I got the top done probably 20 years ago, more than that. I did it way before that in the 90s. But it's a scene, and it would take up. I would love to put it on my wall, and I don't want to. It's small enough I could probably quilt it in the ditch and stuff, but oh no, beer patch. Wow, cool. Yeah, it's Susie and I used to take a lot of quilting classes, and most of the quilt shops are gone. I know Gladiola shop, Glad Creations, is still around in Minneapolis. It's run by her daughter now, her granddaughter. But the Country Peddler that we used to go to is long gone. That place was great. We used to take a lot of really good classes there. And we used to go to cross stitch shops too. And there isn't any cross stitch shops around anymore. Although cross stitch is making a comeback now, and they have so there's a lot of floss tube videos out there. If you're into cross stitch, check it out on YouTube. If you type in floss tube, you'll find some. I don't I have a couple of cross stitch kits. Um, I doubt if I'll ever do them. I have plastic canvas too, which I might do. I don't mind doing the plastic canvas needlepoint, but I don't know. How are you guys all doing on the yarn bingo? As you can see, I'm doing not. I do have some things I can put on here now, but well, we got less than a week left, and I don't think I will bother. I don't, because I know I'm not going to get a. I'm not going to get a bingo. Um, I've worked on a blanket pat project. I finished 2 work in progresses, but and I cleaned up my craft area. But I don't see myself working on Christmas gifts, and I probably won't create a pattern that I downloaded and never made. So I will try it for July. I'm just I'm not getting enough stuff done. Um, I need to find my cotton yarn because I want to make some placemats for my dining room. I want to make something that would be more formal, so I can eat when I want to have a tea party. I'm having a tea party next month, so I want to get that made, and I also want to get my um, cozy done. My oh god, my brain is just not here. My Yoda cozy done for my teapot. So if I want to make it bigger because most of my teapot cozies are for like a 6 or 8 cup tea cozy, and I do have a bigger one. I think it's a 12 cup. Yeah, I'm the same way. I do a lot of crocheting in the middle of the night. I've had terrible insomnia again. Used to be I would get up in the morning early and Cy would be in bed. Well, it's been the opposite. He's been getting up by 7 o'clock, and I've been sleeping in until 8 maybe. But I also get up in the middle of the night and stay up for a couple hours. So, um, oh well, it is what it is. My lupus has been kind of bad the last couple of days. I was out in the sun too much, so that I was paying for it. But I went to a summer solstice festival on Saturday, which was kind of cool. I go to a lot of metaphysical shops, not for I'm not a witch or anything, but I do a lot of I'm guess what you consider an empath. So I do study the phases of the moon, and I know too much sun, but it was hot, even though it was cloudy. So anyhow, I get my I get crystals and stuff like that. Susie is a geology freak too. She likes to look at rocks and stuff. But I'm always looking for alternative forms of healing besides this traditional medicine. Um, like I like tea and stuff like that, and meditations to release stress. And I go for acupuncture, and I have a chiropractor. So yeah. So Susie, I just got a really pretty one. I don't have it. I don't have it in here, but it's a aragonite. So it's like robin's egg blue. It's really pretty. But so that's about as exciting as my life is right now, and I'm enjoying all the chats, live chats on YouTube, and some people we've been doing a little bit of Zoom chat. Um, I don't think I'm going to do my own Zoom chat because there's so many other ones out there that I'd rather just plop in on them. Yeah, you'll have to look it up in the Crystal Dictionary, Susie. It's pretty, but yeah. So I know there's a group on Facebook called Who's Zooming Now, and that is the people that have the Zoom chats. They kind of go in there and say when they're going to be on, or they might give you their number. Some people do it by invitation only, but check it out. Saturday night we have a chat through the Funny Farm on YouTube, Becky, and that's at 7 or 8 on Saturday night. I can never remember. I usually just try and get in there about 8:30. But anyhow, well, guys, I think I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go to bed for a little while because I want to see the rocket launch tonight from Cape Canaveral. We're gonna try and see it from the yard. They've got a window of opportunity between 11:30 and about 3:30, so hopefully it'll be perfect night for that. Ruthie, do you see the launches from where you're at? I know you're on the West Coast, but yeah, we try to see them. If it's at night and it's too late, sometimes I won't get out of bed. I'll just watch it on the channel on the news. But my boyfriend is very into the anything NASA or airplanes or lunar or us- up in the sky. I'm not that kind of a geek, but yeah, I've seen a lot of launches from a distance. I've never been down to the Cape to watch one, but it's neat. So yeah, and I don't think if it goes at 11:30, that'll be great. All right, everybody, but I'm gonna get off of here, and it was great to talk to you, and thank you for liking and subscribing. And remember to, if you have your own channel, after this is done, you can go back into the comments and post them in there. I would love to hear about it. All right, you guys, take care and have a great evening.